Hi, and welcome to Edolab Markets. In this video we show you how Edo Trend Maturity Engine works, and how we use it to judge whether a trend is young or already old. Most trend tools answer one question, up or down. This one answers the question that comes right after it. How far into the move are we? Direction on the chart, maturity in the panel. On Deer Weekly the trend turned up 4 bars ago, and the panel already tells us it is an early move. The first thing on the chart is the trend line, drawn under price while the trend holds. The panel calls that level flip, the price where the current reading would change side. On Suncor Weekly the reading flipped just 1 bar ago, and the line has already re-anchored underneath, at 76.91. That distance between price and the line is the room the current trend has before it is questioned. And notice that the line does not move against price, it holds its level, or it steps in the direction of the trend, never backwards. Around the line there is a gradient between price and the trend level. Green while the reading is bullish, red while it is bearish, and it fades as the two get closer. No signals, no arrows to chase. It is a background you read in 1 second, so the chart stays clean. On Cocoa Weekly, a market that moves in wide swings, that color is often the fastest way to know which side you are on before you look at anything else. Now the part that gives the indicator its name. Every time the trend flips, the engine closes the previous leg and writes how long it lasted, in bars, right in the middle of it. So the chart carries its own history. This bullish leg ran 50 bars, that 111, and this bearish stretch 44. On Dollar Peso Weekly you can see at a glance that this pair trends in long stretches. Those numbers are not decoration. They are the reference the whole maturity block is built on, and they are different for every asset you load. All of it is summed up in the panel, top right. Trend is the current side. Bars, how many bars it has been running. Time translates those bars into calendar time, and since gives you the exact date it started. And flip, the level we saw on the chart. Underneath, a momentum reading that acts as a filter, so a single spike against the trend does not flip the whole reading. On the healthcare fund this half of the panel is the what, side, age and level. The other half is the how mature. Then comes the maturity block, and this is what the engine is for. Stage reads early here, the move is young compared with what this asset usually does. Prob Rev, 12%. Bars left, 37. An early trend is where continuation setups make sense. Progressive Weekly has been trending for 5 bars against an average of 42, so there is room ahead. That is the whole point of reading maturity before you size a position. The opposite case. Taiwan Semiconductor has been trending for 63 bars. Stage, exhaustion. Prob Rev, over 150%. Bars left, minus 22. The trend is still up. The engine is not calling a top. What it is telling you is that this leg has already run longer than any recent one, so chasing it here is a very different trade from entering at bar 4. In between there are 2 more readings. Normal, and extended just before exhaustion. Agnico Eagle Weekly is extended right now, 100%, 0 bars left. The 4 stages are the same scale for every asset and every time frame. Because they are measured against that asset's own history, not against a fixed number. A gold miner and a currency pair do not trend at the same speed, and the engine does not pretend they do. The maturity reading works exactly the same on the short side. Ripple Weekly has been bearish for 37 bars, stage normal, 95%, 2 bars left on the clock. Read together with average bull and average bear, which are the average length of the recent legs. You get the honest version, not a forecast, a comparison with what this market usually does. A trend can always run longer than its average. What the panel gives you is the odds you are taking when it does. Everything is adjustable. Let's open the settings. Profile, fast, balanced or slow. It changes how quickly the engine accepts a flip, and you can see the effect on the chart right away. Gradient opacity for the fill. Trend history, how many past legs it keeps in the panel. And table position, to move the panel to any of the 4 corners, so it never sits on top of your price action. On a fast profile the engine accepts flips sooner, which suits shorter horizons. On slow it demands more, and it keeps you in longer legs. Cancel reverts everything, so you can explore without touching your setup. You can also turn the reading into an alert. Let's open the Create Alert dialog. Pick Edo Trend Maturity Engine as the condition, and choose the trend line as the series. Then set it to trigger on a crossing, up, or down. That gives you a message the moment price breaks the flip level, without watching the chart. To recap. Edo Trend Maturity Engine does not generate entry signals and does not predict tops or bottoms. It tells you the direction, and then how mature that direction already is, measured against the asset's own history, stage, probability, bars left, and the length of every recent leg. Edo Trend Maturity Engine is available by invitation only. Structure before signals, context before confirmation, clarity over noise. This is Edolab Markets, and we'll see you in the next video.